You guys excited for opening day today?
Of course,
Ron's
yeah.
excited. Emma, you excited?
Yeah.
All right, so we got a Cubs fan here with Emma and a Sox fan here with Ron. Ron, you grew up in a split household though, right?
Yeah, that's the truth. My mom was a Cub fan. My father was a Sox fan.
So what swayed you over to the Sox ultimately?
I ended up marrying a rabid Sox fan.
So you married one and you had to do it. That makes sense, Ron. Emma, have you been a Cubs fan your whole life?
Yeah.
Were you super excited when they won the World Series a couple years ago?
Yeah.
How old are you, by the way?
17.
17, nice. And we got a cheering section as well for Emma going on right now there. They're part of a Girl Scout. They're going to be selling some cookies down the street a little bit later. Okay, you guys ready for a little trivia? Yeah. All right, so here we go. First question for Emma. It's a Cubs question. What year did the Cubs start playing at Wrigley Field? Was it 1906, 1916, or 1926? A little before your time.
1916.
That's correct! Yes, you got it! Emma got it right! All right, Ron, here's your question. What year did the White Sox last win the World Series? Was it 2003? 2004?
2005.
You won't even wait for the answers. All right, Ron. Ron was all worried about the questions. He won't even let the multiple choice happen. All right, last question here for Emma. This one's a tough one. What of these oddly named people actually played for the Chicago Cubs? Was it A, Pickles Dillhofer? Was it B, Cannonball Titcomb? Or C, Razor Shines? Those are all actual names of baseball players at one point in time. Which one?
Razor Shines.
No, Razor Shines played for the Expos. No one should absolutely know that. And then really quickly, White Sox. All right, so Ozzie Guillen, former manager for the White Sox. What Latin American country is he from? Is it Argentina? Is it Ecuador? Or is it Venezuela?
He's Venezuela.
Venezuela! Oh, Ron, the Sox fan wins 2-1. But Emma, you did a great job. Ron, congratulations. We got kind of an epic battle. We're right around Madison Street, which is the dividing line between the north side and the south side, technically, of our city. But we were just walking around here and we noticed we have two donut trucks within like 15 feet of each other. We got Beaver's Coffee and Donuts, and we got Fire Cakes Donuts. And guess what? I talked to the people inside. One's a Cubs fan, one's a Sox fan. So we're going to do a little donut battle here between Cubs and Sox fans here. And we actually got a customer over here at Beaver's Donuts. So are you a Cubs fan or a Sox fan?
Cubs.
Cubs fan. We're going to ask Artie in the truck here. Do you mind scooping on over 1 second? All right, Artie, so you're a Cubs fan, right?
Absolutely.
And Beaver's Donuts, you guys do great stuff.
Absolutely.
All right, so your question is, who do the Cubs fans most blame for the 2003 loss to the Marlins in the NLCS? Was it Bart Steveman, Steve Bartman, or Man Steve Bart?
I'm going to have to go with Steve Bartman.
Steve Bartman, that is correct. All right, Beaver's Donuts gets a point, and now we're walking over to the other donut truck, just about 10 or 15 feet away, over to Fire Cakes Donuts. They do a great job too. Elliot, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, and you're a Sox fan, right?
I am.
All right, so we got to know from you, who did the White Sox beat in the 2005 World Series? We got some choices there, including the Houston Astros. Which one was it? Was it the Braves, Dodgers, or the Astros?
I got to go Astros on this one.
It was the Astros. Elliott for Fire Cakes Donuts. All right, guys, what a battle between Beaver's Donuts and Fire Cake Donuts. Gotta love it here. I got Greg and I got Sam. Guys, how you doing here?
We're doing great.
Sam, you feeling good?
Doing great. It's
All right.
early.
You haven't had your coffee yet, you said.
I have not. No, I have not.
It's okay. You're ready to go. Obviously, Greg, you're a Cubs fan. You're wearing the Cubs hat. Sam, you're a Sox fan. You're not wearing anything, but you're wearing the black coat for this. There you go. It works out. All right, Greg, and you have an interesting story because you grew up in Milwaukee, and then you came here to Chicago, and they were used to be in different leagues. Now they're rivals, but you've chosen the Cubs.
Yes.
All right,
yes.
that's all that matters. You got there eventually.
Right.
All right. So here's your trivia question for the Cubs. First one. Wrigley Field late to the game to install lights. Did they install lights in 1968, 1978, or 1988?
88.
That is correct. August 8th, 1988. 8/8/88, the first time that the Cubs played under the lights. It was rained out. They had to make it up the next day for the first full game. All right, so it's 1-0. All right, Sam, your question is, what did the 1919 White Sox do that shook the baseball world? I think you know this, but we'll show the answers. Hit a record number of home runs? Did they intentionally lose the World Series? Or did they forfeit on opening day because the players were too drunk?
intentionally lost the World Series
Yes.
called the Black Sox.
Yes, they did. They threw the World Series because they were betting against the Reds. Not a good moment in White Sox history.
Not at all, but Shoeless Joe belongs in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I would agree with that. So does Pete Rose, speaking of the Reds. Anyways, okay, question number 3. Here we go. All right, what are the Cubs fans who regularly sit in the outfield seats called? Are they grandstand guys? Are they wall-sitting weirdos? Or are they bleacher bums?
They're bleacher bums.
They're bleacher bums. That's right. Are you a bleacher bum, or do you?
I've been there.
You've been there? You remember it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's a lot of people go to the bleachers.
Part of it, at least.
Yeah, you remember the first 3 innings. All right, so last question over to you. And I know I kind of gave you a Sox question that wasn't the best moment in history, but in 1906, the Cubs and the White Sox played against each other in the World Series. The only time they met up in the playoffs in the World Series, who won? Was it the Cubs, or was it the Sox, or did they call it a tie because the city was rioting too much?
It's got to be the White Sox.
The White Sox did win. The Cubs that year had the best record in the history of baseball. The White Sox couldn't hit for anything, and they somehow beat the Cubs in that 1906 World Series. That was a good year, right?
Still feels good.
Still feels good all these years later. All right, how you feeling about the year? Good?
Feeling okay. We'll see how Eloy does.
How you feeling about the Cubbies?
I'm feeling great.
I am too.